Good evening, guys. I want to talk to you tonight. Hope you're all well, by the way. I want to talk to you tonight a bit about sovereignty, inalienable rights, and our children. The first thing, sovereignty. I'm going to show you a document now it's on the internet, and you can have a look for yourselves. It's the EU's version of what happened in 2011 and why Parliament are sovereign. Take a look at this, guys. Now, as you can see, so the side that in 2011 the government was sovereign. That's not the case. Basically, what really happened there, ladies and gentlemen, was in 2011 the Queen signed the Parliament Act, which she gave away, and our sovereignty and her own sovereignty by signing it, because she gave away her royal descent. So basically now the Queen cannot get involved in anything to do with Parliament. She can't dissolve it or anything else. I'll show you that document now, guys. Here it is. So right, guys, as you can see, the Queen gave away her royal descent, but it was unlawful and illegal, guys. They've got no right to do it. The people are sovereign. The government is not sovereign. They never will be sovereign. They cannot be sovereign because the people are sovereign. And here is the proof. Here's what it says. And this is law, by the way. The others are Wikipedia. And that's more or less saying, you know, Wikipedia, you can put what you like on Wikipedia. It's an opinion. It can be an act of legislation, etc. But it's not law. This is the actual law, and this is what it says. Have a look at this, guys. So as you can see, guys, we are sovereign, not the government. Never can be sovereign. The people hold the power. They're supposed to work for us. And in America it works the same, but in America it's Congress, not governments, that work for them. But basically the people hold the power. They are sovereign. No government can ever be sovereign, because the people as individuals are sovereign. But when you all come together as one, guys, and this is what we keep trying to tell you, you're that much more powerful, and that's what we need to do here. Now I want to talk a little bit about inalienable rights. They're only doing, guys, what they're doing because of inalienable rights. They're walking all over us, and we're just all standing for it, guys. What we basically got to do is start uniting and using our inalienable rights. I'm going to put examples up now of your inalienable rights, what it means, how they came about, etc. Have a look, and then we'll talk about it in a minute. We have inalienable rights, we are sovereign, so why the hell are we letting the government run roughshod over all of us? It's about time we stood up for what's right and for our children, guys. because our children need us now more than at any other point in history, because what happens to us, what we let happen to us, will happen to them in the future. What we allow to happen now will be their future, and we cannot allow that to happen. Now I'm going to leave you, because this is only a quick video, I just wanted to pop on quickly. I'm going to leave you with this little video, and it's about children, ladies and gentlemen. It's only a short video, but should it home to you, because our children are very precious, they're very susceptible to things, and you have to look at it through a child's eyes when you're doing this, guys, because when you're a child and you're walking, holding your daddy's hand, and you're looking up and seeing people all in masks, it's got to be very scary for these children. And then not just that, we're indoctrinating them into this bullshit pandemic that's not real, what the governments are doing to them and all of us. But what we've got to do, we've got to step away from it, guys, because it's not going to end well. It's not nowhere near a pandemic. It's just people will get sick, but not even been separated, guys, and proven it's a virus. So how can they ever have a vaccine for something that's not been separated, and people don't even know what virus they're looking for, yet they're going to do a vaccine for it? It's all bullshit, guys. It's all about control. The masks are for control. They don't help your health, and this guy's going to tell you that now. So please, guys, again, just listen. Hope you've learned something from today about your inalienable rights and about sovereignty. We are sovereign. Don't let any government official ever tell you that you are just a plain commoner and he's sovereign, because the people are sovereign. Parliament work for us. Always remember that, guys. I'm going to leave you with this guy now. Stay safe, and I'll speak to you all soon. I love every single one of you, and just keep smiling, keep learning, keep listening, and let's get this country back, and let's give our children a bright and happy future and a secure one, away from enslavement. No government should ever be able to enslave anybody, but that's the way we're heading, guys, if we don't wake up. Speak to you all soon, guys. Stay safe. Love every single one of you.
The fear is real, but it's not based on reality. I have tried to provide facts, data, statistics, information to my patients and their parents for weeks and months. Some of them do listen. Some of them do change their minds because they believe that there is probably more going on than what they're being told, and what they're being told is probably not entirely accurate, and a lot of it is misinformation. But very many of my parents and children don't respond to information. I'm a big proponent of facts. I'm a big proponent of information. I'm a big proponent of science. I'm a physician. That's how I was trained. But I also know that unless we deal with this fear and we take it and face it head on, the information will not be of use. You cannot use information, no matter how accurate it is, unless you are in a calm state of mind. Anybody who's worked in the military knows this. When you are in a state of panic, when you are terrorized, when you are traumatized, you cannot think clearly. Most of the adults in my practice with children that come in for treatment are in that state. They are not responsive to information. They are allowing fear to guide their decisions. They're refusing to bring their children in. They're insisting on Zoom or telephone calls. They're preventing their children from playing outside. They're preventing their children from going shopping with them. They're preventing their children from participating in sports. They're coddling their children because they think that that's what's best for them. The children are suffering. In my view, this is child abuse. We are training an entire generation of children to live in fear of people. We are training an entire generation of children to live in their parents' basements until they're 40 years old so that they can be safe. And I've heard this word safe for months now. Whenever I hear the word safe, I always ask the following question. Compared to what? Compared to driving? As we heard earlier, driving is far more dangerous. Far, far more dangerous than going to school. Safer than staying at home. Children are getting sick at home. They're getting fat. They're wetting their beds. They're attacking their brothers and sisters with kitchen knives, as 2 children did last week. I heard from the mother. She went to work. She doesn't have a babysitter. She's a single mother in Santa Monica. She's making minimum wage. She got a call from her neighbor saying the police are on the way. Why? I heard screaming. She rushes home. She finds out that her children have been fighting with knives. And these children are good kids, but they didn't know what to do. They went off Zoom. After 5 minutes, they were bored. They got into an argument. One of the kids ate the other kid's watermelon, and pretty soon they're attacking one another with knives. Is she going to lose her children? I don't know. She's a good mother, but what can she do? She has to choose. Stay home, go on unemployment, or go to work.